Ankh in my eye, Hotep, peace, what's happening, world? It's Ahasa. This is Afrosynthesis, and welcome back to the channel. I know I can almost hear you like, yo, where have you been? I know it's been a while. We went strong for a good 4 months and then 8 months of no activity, at least on camera. And I definitely didn't think it was gonna take that long to get back to you. But I also can't apologize because the work that was done off camera was more than worth it. And so if this is your first time, welcome to the space. What's happening? Ankh in Ma'at means live in harmony. And so that's my greeting to you, is to always find a way to live in divine harmony with you and your universe. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm always glad to commune with you here. And yeah, if let's pick up where we left off. In my last episode, we were speaking a lot about doing the hard things and having the conversations that you need to have to clear any of the dormant energies that are in your life. And so I always want to be someone that thinks in Ma'at, speaks Ma'at, and does Ma'at. And so Ma'at is truth, justice, order, balance, harmony, righteousness, and reciprocity, right? Ma'at is living in truth. And so I didn't want to give you all truth and then come back and not have lived into it. And so it took me 8 months to live into the reality of the hard conversations that I needed to have. And so yeah, I'm here. As you can see, the title of this episode is Coming Clean, because that's what I'm doing today, and that's what I've been doing the last 8 months. And so, to begin, like, there's about 4 major things I needed to let go of. And as a result of that, I had 4 rewards that came. And so, the first thing I had to let go of was a beautiful relationship. I was in a relationship for about a year, a little over a year. And in the relationship, I came to realize that, like, I had a lot of different emotional issues that I hadn't dealt with. And as a result of that, my relationship really allowed me to ignore them. And though it was beautiful time spent with a beautiful person, I wasn't allowing myself the love. I wasn't giving myself the love that I needed to give myself. I was offering that to her. And simultaneously, in many ways, she was offering me a love that she needed to give to herself. And we were both, though it was like a beautiful space, we were both stealing something like a little too precious from each other. And it came to a point where my heart really asked me to make right what we know. And in doing that, right, it gave me the opportunity to love myself in a way that I hadn't yet, because she showed me a love that I wasn't even giving to myself. And so, like, dua to you, you know who you are, for being a beautiful example for me to learn from, right? And so in letting go of a relationship, I gained a level of self-love that I had not given myself an experience yet. Similarly, like, I let go of marijuana, and I had a bit of an affinity to smoking from time to time, either to, like, really to pass time, to induce thoughts, but they were never good and righteous, right? It took a lot of time, it took money, and in truth, it also took away my clarity. And so all of those things were, yeah, they're too priceless, right? You can't put a cost on them. There were moments where I realized, like, even in my meditations, I couldn't go any deeper. I had hit a ceiling, so to speak, or a floor, depending on which way you want to look at it. And that ceiling and that floor was because those spaces were already occupied. And so I had to let go of this activity that got to some of the deepest darkest crevices of me so that I can allow myself the space to be there, right? And so in gaining more self-love for myself, I also gained my presence back by letting go something that was taking away my presence, taking away my clarity, taking away my taking away from me deepening the peace that I even have in my own life. And that should be something that we all strive for, right? And so smoking is really like, especially to all of the men, all of the women out there who might still be holding on to it and thinking about letting it go, absolutely do so, because there is, yeah, that was me, y'all. My bad, I know. When you let go of it, like I said, you get your presence back, and the high is a false one anyway. And I say false high because like it's an earthly elevation, and then you have to come down from it. And if you want to elevate again, you'll elevate back to that same spot, and you have to come down to it. Whereas in truth, if you're elevating, you're going to always go to higher heights. And I came to replace that with meditation, and it's it's all been worth it, because when you really meditate, you honestly might even get to a point where you begin to sweat. And at that point, it's like it's your soul that is working out versus, you know what I mean, your lungs and your mind. And the clarity that you get from that, the divine thoughts that get to flow into you will prove to you that the space that you were in, it wasn't a real one, because the buzz and the fire that you get from meditating and lighting up and bringing out that inner glow within you is just a much greater experience, right? I had to let go, and by I had to let go, I was clinging on to it, so my job let me go. And it was such a needed experience, because I was losing my agency in my work. And what I mean by that was, like, I was giving up a lot of hours, and I was giving up a lot of like emotional and mental space, even like space in my house, depending on, you know, where I was working at during the day. And I wasn't truly serving them because my spirit wasn't truly being served in my work. And so as a result of that, there was this toxic relationship that I had with work, and it ended with me being laid off, which has been a lovely experience, I'm sure, for them too, so that we can both regain our agency and our sovereignty. And so being able to wake up and command my day and go out and search, and then come home and reflect, and then go back out and search again, has been a very rewarding experience, because like I said, now I get to really do work that I know serves me, serves my spirit, serves my people and my community daily. And it changes the nature of work into something that's more like service. And lastly, like, in letting go of all of these things, I let go of doubt, right? And so by letting go of the things that I was doubting, the things that I was questioning, but yet the things at the time I was still holding on to, I was also losing a footing in my own confidence. And that's also like, that's not of me and my nature. And so I couldn't let that fester too long either. And so by letting go of doubt, I regained my confidence and my knowing that there is nothing in this world that can shake me, that is too large. And in many ways, letting go of all these things has also allowed me to speak to my family, my earthly family, my spiritual family, and of course, talking about the spiritual family, my ancestors much more, and deepen our relationship in a much more intimate way. And so, yeah, it took 8 months for me to be and become that which I knew, you know, I already was. And so, like I said, I like to think my art, speak my art, and do my art. That way I'm always living in harmony. And I didn't want to just be talking outside of my neck or leading you talking out the side of my neck. I don't know if I said that whole thing or not. And I didn't want to lead you down a road that I wasn't willing to take myself down either. And so it took me 8 months to come back and sit in front of you and let you know, like, yo, I've come clean. And, you know, as a result of that, like, I wrote something that says, a lot of people talk but never walk anywhere. And now for me, everything I want comes out of thin air. And you gotta respect it. It's the magic, it's why I'm protected. And it's ingrained in my essence. I'm backed by the ancients to do work in the present. Yeah, I'm chosen. I'm the child of Ra, son of Mantu. I am Ahasa. And my spiritual apparel is why they say I'm a fly god. But first, I had to face some things and get clear. You know, took 8 months. But I washed all my blemishes, so now when I look back in the mirror, I see I'm growing out my locks on some me and God shifting consciousness and filtering out what's not righteous, slowing down, getting in rhythm with my intuition. So I'm floating now with the light vision and my cosmic mission. Swimming in a wave of divine thoughts. My mind is art, it guides my soul. So when I speak, you hear my heart. And that's why lately I've been saying less. I had a lot of work to do to put myself at rest. 5 years of shadow work to pull myself back together. But my aunt and Miss Erica would be so proud. I'm now packed light as a feather. And I was crowding my own space with other people's thoughts and fears. So my, what it feels like to drop others' bags after all these years. First, I controlled my breath, and then I controlled my thoughts. I used to be lost in my mind, but now I'm following my heart. And I have faith in my teachers, so I know I'm led in truth. Wielding my sword and my shield, I'm connected back to my roots. It's Ahasa, and this is Afrosynthesis. And thank you all for coming, for being patient these last 8 months. And so I hope you've been doing some work as well. Please put in the comments what you've been working on, what you're looking forward to working with or working toward. And again, if this is your first time, welcome and thank you for your time, your energy. If this isn't your first time, welcome back. And I challenge either of you to go ahead, hit the like, hit the follow, subscribe, but send this to somebody and challenge them and let them know that in 2025 is the year that we embrace our work, because the reward is more than worth it. As y'all know, again, I'll see y'all next week. Continue doing the work, love yourself, be confident in it, let go of that doubt, and it's gonna all be even better than you imagine. I'll see y'all next week. Shemimatep. So it is, and so shall it be.